All right, so we're going to get started. This is Saddleborn Podcast. I am Sadie Schick.
I'm Michelle Filippini.
And we are here with Chad Steele. And Chad is going to talk to us about team roping, where he came from, and what he's doing now. So to kick us off, Chad, let's start at the beginning. My favorite place to start, which is when you were a kid. What got you into team roping?
I hated it.
Did you really?
My twin brother was better than I was.
Oh,
is he still better?
He still is.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
But how will they know? You're identical twins, right?
We are.
Do you guys ever team rope together still?
We do everywhere we can.
Oh, okay.
You know, World Series finale, we roped every year together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So did you start, what age did you start team roping, do you think?
My brother won his first buckle when he was 4. 4 years old.
For roping.
Yep.
It's fine. I'm just 31.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, yeah. I mean, honestly, our family was huge into it. Uh-huh. My mom, dad.
And your mom is the sweetest lady.
Yep.
I remember her from high school rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, she's so sweet.
Yep. And they rope. Mom, she heads really good. Dad, heels and heads really good. You know, he doesn't get to rope much. I'm now figuring out why he quit when we all got in together with Tony and Ray and I, you know, because horses are expensive. You can't afford them.
Yeah.
So expensive.
Yeah.
And you can't use them because I'm using them. Mm-hmm. Hadley and Stetson take all mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny doesn't have a horse either right now.
No.
Paxi took his.
Yeah.
Which one said he got?
Oh, she just got one from the Van Orman horse. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Mm-hmm. And Paxi's got old Tex.
Yeah. And we have Scooby too, though. That's Johnny's horse.
Oh, that one is? Oh,
yep.
okay.
Yeah, he's not patterned at all. But
He's a
on
good
barrels,
boy.
because the girls started barrel racing. But Paxi's like, you're never getting him back, Dad.
Yeah.
Good way to screw up a good rope horse.
Yeah, he's
screwed.
Yeah, he's
Chad
screwed.
would know.
Yeah.
Hey, but a little off subject, but I heard you're a really good barrel racer.
I've tried a few times.
No, I heard all about it.
Yeah, I told everybody.
Good.
Yeah. So Chad is a closeted barrel racer.
Yes.
And he came to our gymkhana, and his kids came up and thought they were pranking him by entering him in the barrel racing. And he went out there and smoked a run.
That's what I heard.
Okay, cool.
I heard it.
Yep. On the 3-year-old.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
3-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just went out there, turned and burned. And we were like, oh, good job.
Yep. Happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how old were you when you won your first buckle?
Oh, I don't know. I was old.
5? 6?
Probably 10.
10.
So
Yeah.
old.
Oh, your brother really did.
He
Yeah.
did. He
Yeah.
screwed
Yeah.
me over.
Yeah.
He had all the talent.
Yeah. So your family, you said your mom, your dad rope, were they doing it for years before, or did they kind of get into it with you guys?
No, so the family history was, my grandpa, Steve Medlin, he was from Arizona. He
Okay.
roped the whole time before he moved to Nevada. They moved out there to Tickaboo, out there by Area 51. And he was rodeoing a lot, and my dad and his family, they rodeoed. My dad rode horses his whole life when he was, stealing diapers, on a horse named Skunk.
He probably
Oh,
won
okay.
his first buckle when he was 2.
Probably.
Nothing on your brother.
Yeah.
I mean, your brother's got nothing on him.
Yeah. But no, roping's kind of been in our family for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And, from my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, when we first got into it, honestly, we bought our first bull from Allie Bear's husband, ex-husband, Bill Bear.
Oh, okay.
And we got our first bull from there, Coriani Bull. We bought our first cows from out there at Monticello.
Oh, okay.
So, and then, we were probably, Tony and I was probably 10 years old when we first started putting on ropings.
Okay. And so it's been kind of a family thing.
Oh, yeah.
As far as
for
the
a long
production.
time.
Yeah.
Yep. So, mom and dad had it for a long time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you were born into it, and then you watched
Yep.
them do all the work and the production, and I
Yep.
got it now. I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tony and I, we kind of got into it and, kind of moved it to the next level, started doing rodeos and ropings and everything else.
So cool.
So you started roping really young, obviously, before 4. And then you went from there. Did you high school rodeo?
We did.
Oh, okay. And then did you just do the Nevada, or were you further south?
Nevada.
Nevada. Okay. So
Nevada
you high school rodeoed there?
Yeah, we didn't ever had junior high like they do now.
Oh, okay.
So we started a lot older, freshmen in high school.
Gotcha.
Now they start when they're 5th grade.
5th grade.
Yeah, 5th grade. Pretty young.
Yeah.
So, freshmen, team rope, rode bulls, everything else. So I'm going to say Tony was probably the better team roper all through that whole
All
span.
through that whole
yeah.
spiel.
Yeah.
Oh, he owned it since he was 4?
Yep, he owned it since he was
Wow.
4.
Were you the header or the healer?
I was the healer all through high school. We made high school finals all 4 years. Him and I did.
That's
Okay.
impressive.
Yep. And then when we were in college, we actually started doing our own productions there in college.
Oh, okay.
Tony and I did. So we'd haul our own cattle from up here in Nevada down into Mexico, and would start putting on team ropings. That's how we made money in
Beer money.
college as well. Beer
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Beer
She
money.
knows. Yeah.
Yep.
Whoops.
So that's how we kind of started the deal. You know, Dad and Mom did it before we went to college, and Tony and I kind of kept it going, and then from there we kept doing it.
And then Katie didn't know what she married.
Yeah.
She was a sucker for a bull rider.
How many bulls did you ride?
Well, not very many.
Yeah, 3 bulls. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I got second at the college final, or second in the region.
And you won
Did
her
you
over.
for bulls?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were not just the team roper guy.
No.
You kind of did all around.
We were I was the all, one all around cowboy for a couple of years. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you team roped, you rode bulls. Did you do any other events?
Calf rope, steer wrestled. We rode broncs for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did all the time events, did a lot of rough stock.
Oh,
Would you
okay.
ride a bronc today?
Honestly, my back's a little bad from shoeing horses, so. I mean, I just got bucked off of Casey Barton's horse a couple weeks ago.
Casey, he's still sour. No.
Yeah. Well, it was my fault. You know, I was drinking beer. Foot got
Yeah.
back in the flank.
Yeah.
You know, Bert wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still sore?
I was for a couple days.
No.
You know, we do not bounce like we used to.
No.
I
feel
still
like-
do.
Don't. I can tell you I don't.
I break, so it's fine.
In half.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I feel like Katie's been getting kind of the rough thing, like getting hit in the face and all that stuff. She's been taking the brunt of things.
She is. She's the rancher. Yeah.
tough.
I did.
Poor
I just
Katie.
posted a Facebook video the other
The
day.
gate opener?
The gate opener. That's right. You know, us guys got to drive the skid steer because you guys
Yeah.
don't. I mean,
No, we can. You just probably don't let us.
you just don't want to.
We would.
Well, then do it.
Sure.
You open the gate. No.
Okay, so keep going. Katie, you're a wonderful
Challenge
gate
accepted.
opener.
Katie is the one that holds us together there for sure. And honestly, with the Northern Productions deal, and honestly, I could probably speak for down south as well. Tony's wife does a lot of planning. You know,
Yeah.
Becca, you know, she does a lot of it as well. Katie does all of the planning up here. She's the coordinator. She gets the dates. She gets everything. She does 90% of the stuff. She just tells me when I show up with cattle to put wraps on and the guys to do it.
Yeah. So you met Katie in college, right? Or
met-
did you know her before?
Katie and I actually met in high school rodeo.
Oh, okay.
So we were dating in high school. We were probably, sophomores in high school when we started dating. Sophomores, juniors in high
Love
school.
this story.
Yeah. Oh.
So you guys are going on like 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Don't know what I ever did to deserve it, but she's still around.
Yeah.
She loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I got to give her all the credit. She does everything. You know, she even SSIR, all the Ruby Mountain Junior Rodeo series we do.
That's so much
A
work.
lot of stuff here in Elko County. She does all of it. And I provide cattle. Her and I provide cattle, but her and Carrie Erie do 90% of the work.
Yeah. The behind the scenes,
Yes,
right?
yeah. They don't get enough credit.
Yeah. So let's go from, we hit high school rodeo. You've done all the events. You go off to college, right? Mm-hmm. Do you college rodeo?
I did.
Okay. Did you still do all the events or did you narrow it down?
So we just team roped, rode bulls, roped calves, and steer wrestled.
Oh, okay. So knocked it down a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. How many years were you there doing that?
So I went to school for 4 years.
For 4 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
went to Douglas, Arizona for our first year. Mm-hmm. My brother Tony was the all-around cowboy that year. I was reserve
Gotcha.
to our first year. Then we got moved over to New Mexico State University on another full ride scholarship, and we just rodeoed.
Yeah. What made you move back to Elko area?
My wife.
Your wife. Yeah. Katie was
She's
the reason.
from here.
Yes.
Yeah, I miss Alamo. Alamo's a good town. It's small, ranching community. It's kind of the roots.
Does Tony live in Alamo?
He still does. My whole family does.
Oh, so you're just the...
I'm the
one
black
out
sheep of the
here.
family.
That's
Yep,
what I
up
was
here.
gonna
Yep.
Yeah. But you travel back and forth all
I
the
do
time,
a lot.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when you're going down there, most of the time, it's not just to visit family. You are putting on events down there as well.
We are putting on events. So like Tony, he does a lot down there too. Tony and his wife and my mom and dad still do a lot down there too. Tony does a lot. WGRA's down there. You know, a lot of us from up here and up north go down there a lot. And yeah, he puts on southern ropings and rodeos. We do a lot of high school rodeos now. So it's we still do a lot.
Oh, okay.
And then you do all the jackpots around here even after fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if someone were wanting to get into team roping, okay, and I know you started really, really young. So, but what would be your recommendation for them?
Learn ground basics.
Yeah.
So start at the ground.
Start at the ground.
Yeah, because you're talking to someone who knows like zilch. I know you rope two ends of the steer, and that's about all I got. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would be starting with like a roping dummy, you think?
Rope and dummy. Yep. Get a rope in your hand. Learn how it works.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Learn how it stays open.
Oh, okay. And so they need to go practice that. They need to. What about getting their horse trained? Do they need to purchase, or is it better if they have a horse that knows what they're doing, or?
Yeah. Honestly, when you're young, a horse is pretty much key because you're learning those steps as well. So if you got a good horse, it's going to help you out in that transition.
Yeah.
Either heading or heeling. If a horse is going to stay there for you, it's going to help out a lot.
Yeah.
That way, there's so much going on when you're roping. I mean, a lot of hand movements, a lot of body movements. A lot of things can go wrong. I mean, hell, you said Efren's partner lost a thumb.
Yeah,
Poor old
yeah,
Hobby,
yeah.
he lost a thumb at the
You
World
want to be
Series.
training
Got
the
dip,
horse and learning how to rope.
Yeah.
You need the right tool out of
You
the
need the right
toolbox.
tool, especially when you're learning. When you get a little bit older, get a little bit more experience, then you can go ahead and start getting on some colts, different things like that, training them yourself. But, like my kids, I got two of them, Hadley and Stetson. Of course, they take all the good ones. Leave
Yeah.
me with the colts.
Yeah.
I got the 5 and the 3-year-old
Figure it
right
out,
now. Yeah. So I mean, it's good, and I mean, you gotta have a good partner in
Yeah.
anything you do, in life, roping, anywhere.
It all
Yeah.
comes together.
If you want to win, you gotta have a good partner.
Yeah.
No matter if you're in the rough stock pen or in the team roping pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that support you.
Yep.
Lift you up,
Yeah.
right?
Comes down to even the horse you're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hell, it's barrel racing.
I know.
Same deal.
Well, I'm like, how do I get my barrel horse to rope?
All depends on how many cookies you give that barrel horse.
That's what I'm wondering. Give me the ingredients.
pats?
Do
How
I
many
need 10
pats am I gonna
cookies?
get?
Is it 11? How do I get there?
Yeah. Yep.
So,
I hear about your team roping in your adult life.
Team roping in my adult life.
Yes. Is it more for fun, or are you still just as competitive?
Honestly, this year's really set me back a little bit. I mean, I've had 3 shoulder surgeries.
Oh.
So it's
Is that
been
from roping?
a little bit of everything. Shoeing horses, roping, riding bulls probably. But it's just, honestly now, I mean, as you guys know, you guys all got kids now. You want to, you want to see your kids succeed.
It's their time to win.
Yes. So that's where the horsepower goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did purchase a couple of horses from Memory Ranches, and great horses. Young horses, but good.
Yeah.
And my daughter and my son both ride them,
They can grow with them.
and they're my good horses too.
Yeah.
So we pick and choose our time.
Yeah.
So like in November, they junior rodeo on them, do everything else, do all the other events. Give me at least 3 weeks on my horse to where I can go try to win something.
Yeah.
And tune it back up a little, dad style.
Yeah.
So,
So is your right shoulder you had surgery on? Your
I had-
roping shoulder? Are you right-handed?
Yep.
Wow.
I had 2 surgeries on my right shoulder, 1 on my left.
so you said you're going to, what was it called? The something 10?
Perfect 10.
Perfect 10. So you are still going and competing
going.
quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah. So what horse are you going to be riding for that?
So I'm probably going to take the old one, my old good one. He's only 15,
Is he
Yeah.
fat?
but he's not fat. He's little, 14 3 hands.
Oh, okay.
But he's
Oh, so you're taking your pony.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's my good one. So Travis Balch and I actually won the Perfect 12 on him about 5 years ago down
Oh.
there.
Oh,
the same
okay.
roping.
So you're going back down there. You're taking that horse. How many days is that event?
That event is going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days.
Oh, okay.
And what is the perfect 10? You have to...
So it's really just a rope and you go and you can enter. Anybody can enter it.
Uh-huh.
So it's
You can
World
be any
Series.
number?
Well, no. You got to match
That's
number
not
10.
anyone.
Well, you can't be an NFR team roper to go down to roping a 10. You got to.
I thought you were the NFR team roper.
Well, no, I suck.
Remember, it's his brother.
Yeah, my brother's better than I am.
brother.
Yes, Tony
Sorry.
is the better one.
You guys look so much alike.
We do. We're identical. A lot of people get me mixed up a lot about being a good team roper, and I'm not. Never was.
When I saw you guys, so when we were at the stock dog thing that they did at Spring Creek, I'm like, God, I hope that's Chad that I'm saying hi to because I don't know your brother.
You know what's funny about that is like Tony, every time we have a rodeo up here, everybody thinks it's me.
Yeah.
Every time I go down south. So we'll just carry on conversations with anybody.
Yeah, you don't even
You're
tell
trained.
them who you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, we don't even tell unless we're talking about business.
Oh, okay.
And then be like, oh, I'm sorry. Got the
Wrong
wrong
one.
twin.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I
if
don't
you
know
don't
enough
want to
about
talk to
this.
him, like, no, I'm not Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so fun to be a twin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have twin cousins.
You do?
And they are pretty fun. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It could be fun. Yeah.
So what do you win at the perfect 10? If you're number one, what is it?
So if you're number one, I mean, it all depends on how many people are in the roping. But I mean, you can win upwards to 20,000 a man.
Really?
Yeah.
For a number one team, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
All depends on how many teams are in the roping. I mean, you never know. It's just like the ropings we put on up here in Elko and in Spring Creek.
Yeah, just
You
like
know,
a jackpot
It's
format.
just a jackpot format, you know. You put it on. Hopefully a lot of people show up. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know,
Chad, I'll be looking for that check. A picture check.
I mean, if we get it, bud, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So, so you've got the number 10 roping coming up. Are there any other big shows you're planning on hitting this year?
No, really, I've slowed down a lot, especially with the kids, junior rodeo and everything.
yeah.
You know, I mean, Katie and I, we don't go as much as we used to. We used to go quite a bit. Like, we'll probably go to Homedale in April, you know, and then we won't get it going again until November.
Gotcha.
Just because the ropes we put on up here and all the junior rodeos. So, I mean, our window's pretty. We get a rope with the ones we put on, but that's
It's
it.
nice to be home, though.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
nice.
you're chasing kids. Those kids are pretty handy. So, why don't we talk about Little Dot? Because Little
LD.
Dot is
LD.
yeah,
Yeah.
Little Dot is pretty cool. So Chad has a horse that his daughter runs, and she just like keeps smoking runs here at our local arena for sure. She's
Yep.
so fast, and she was drug out of the breeding pen, and
So she was. So she was a young mare. Actually, a good story about this mare is from my grandpa's stud, King.
okay,
So it's a family breeding that we've had in our family for a long time.
gotcha.
So the kid horse that I rode, Snoopy, she was a pain.
Oh, okay,
And my mom used to run barrels on her too.
okay,
My dad used to high school rodeo on her grandma when he was in high school rodeo.
Oh my gosh,
So
it lives
all
on.
my brothers, you know, my stepbrothers rode horses out of that same breeding. And, you know, I high school rodeoed on Dot's mom.
oh, okay,
Her name was Dot too.
oh, okay. Dot.
That's
Dot.
where we got
it.
LD.
Gotcha.
Little Dot.
Yeah, yep, Little Dot. And I team roped on her forever. And yeah, so it's just a cool family breeding that we've had throughout the
Yeah,
years. And
That is so neat.
honestly, LD went down to the WGRA. She won the barrel racing year end down there.
Very cool. So she was a rope horse before, though, right? Weren't you guys roping on her, and then she went to the breeding? Your breeding
Well,
program?
she was a ranch horse, and she
Okay.
was young, and our kids were still pretty little,
Gotcha.
and couldn't handle a young horse like that. So
Gotcha.
we were trying to get some colts out of her while we weren't using her, and she never did take. So yeah, then we let Kyla Stewart actually got her going,
Yeah.
and took her to the high school rodeos, and took her to state, and did really well.
Yeah.
How old is she now?
She is 7.
I mean, pretty young still. So let's go to your breeding program a little bit, because you guys do breed quite a bit still.
We do. We don't have any in the breeding program this year. We got a couple of mares, one that Stetson's heading off of this year, so we didn't breed her. And there's another one. She's just hard to keep bred.
Gotcha.
You know, we've got 2 good colts out of her. I've got one that we showed at the Snaffle Bit for charity on. Another 5-year-old that's in the roping pen now. He's going to be really good.
Oh, okay.
But luckily, my mother and father-in-law, they've got a lot
Yeah.
of good horses too. And,
Yeah.
you know, and my mother-in-law gave me 2 tall, and that's where we got, you know, all that. And so, yeah, just kind of breed some of the ones, our good ones.
And you
Just-
showed at the Elko County Fair this year, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
2024. Who'd you
Yep.
show?
I showed Cat.
Okay.
The one we showed there at the Snaffle Bay, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for in your like prospects and stuff when you're looking for rope horses or just general horses you're keeping around?
Something that's not going to be bucky.
So gentle.
Gentle. The horses that the kids ride.
Yeah.
Gentle.
So you look for gentle. Is there anything, do you care size-wise, height-wise, anything like that?
You know, honestly, for the rope and pin, you want a little bit. We like to do both ends on them, just because you never have, you know, growing up in a ranch lifestyle the way we grew up. We always had to use everything for everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had to go push cows on them. You had to, and then they were in the rodeo pen.
Yeah.
So they had to have the temperament in mind. You know, you had to be. Yeah, it's just.
It was an all-around
Yeah,
horse.
just an all around. I mean, every one of my brothers and my sister's horses that we rode in high school, you know, they did it everything. They weren't good at anything, but they were awesome at everything.
Yeah,
you know?
But that's
Yeah.
the best kind of horse.
Yeah. I mean, as
Because some people can only
Michelle
afford one or
knows,
two
being on a
horses.
ranch, I mean, you gotta have those different kind of horses that can do everything.
Yeah.
And Sadie,
Yeah.
And some of them like
Yeah.
it and some of
you
them
got kids, they're coming out.
I know. I'm taking notes. Can you see?
Scotty,
What do I need?
Scotty's gonna have to be a rope horse
Scotty's going to have to raise up.
too. Yeah. He's gonna have to do something else besides them barrels.
I know. Poor Scotty.
Sadie's barrel horses.
Scotty supposedly went to roping training at
Yeah.
one point in his life. And I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't double check it. But
Yeah. You know, honestly, the roping training, there's not a whole lot. I mean, yes, you can. I mean, if you're really wanting to go far in the world of roping, you can send them to roping training. But honestly, just getting them to grow with you,
Yeah.
getting them to grow with the person, just like with
Yeah.
anything.
Following
Barrel
the
racing,
dummy.
same thing, yeah.
yeah.
Just repetition.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get them going.
Yeah. At what age do you start teaching them, like getting them ready for the roping pen? For like if you were to have a colt. So like barrel horses, it's typically you look at a 4 or 5 year old, like having them ready by then, for their
Yeah.
futurity year. Is it the same?
No, yeah, well, I think everybody's a little bit different on that. I think everybody has their own standards.
preference.
Yes.
You know, I think, like I bought one from Jennifer and Travis Wiley, as a yearling. I started him, had Caleb Innes put 30 days on him as a 2-year-old, and now he's, he had all last year off. Now as a 4-year-old, I'll probably get him going, just kind of keep their mind right.
Yeah. So it depends on the horse a little bit,
Yeah.
like where they're at maturity wise and everything. Oh, okay. So then you would start, like if you were a more experienced roper, then you would start maybe tracking a dummy.
So those more experienced ropers, everybody's going down the road. There's so many futurities now, just like the barrel race futurities.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are starting horses young. But in the team roping world, I don't know, I think those horses have a little easier than the barrel racing world and cutting world because, we're just chasing steers or calves, We're not asking them to stop hard. We're not asking them to do anything hard. But, you're getting a lot of good 4 and 5-year-olds now. I mean, hell, just look at the Rancho Rio sale. It just went here this last weekend.
Oh, what was
yeah.
the highest selling horse?
150,000. So
Was it header or healer?
header,
Yeah.
Broadway. So I went to school with Brooke Wilson, and her husband now is, they train a lot of horses and they sell. She's had the 3 highest selling horses in the last 3 years.
Good for
Oh.
her.
She's
on a roll.
She's a stud. She's good.
So
Yeah,
cool.
it's and honestly, she never used to team rope back in the day, back in college. I mean, she did, but she didn't. And now, when we seen her, 8 years ago at the World Series, and I was like, damn, Brooke, you rope good. You rope
a
real
baddie.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, it's good. I mean, women in the industry are huge now, and they make a big deal, especially when it comes to selling horses, as
Yeah.
you guys know.
Yeah.
Barrel horses and cutting horses. Michelle's in the cutting horse world.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. We've seen a lot. And like we're seeing sales where it's like catered towards women, right? Like
Yep.
the women of the Wild West, and there's
Art of the Cowgirl.
Art of the Cowgirl. And so there's some of those kind of coming up where it's horses that are, geared towards women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
That's what's so cool about rodeo, roping. Everybody I went to college with. Like we get to see each other
Once a year.
once a year in December.
yeah.
And that's at the World Series finale.
Yeah.
And we all get around. We drink orange juice together.
Yeah. Yeah.
We never have beers, but we
No,
have orange juice.
orange
I know,
Juice.
because you don't make beer money anymore.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, what about like SSIR? So I know you provide the cattle for that, right?
We do.
And how long have you been doing that?
Phew. It's a question that you should ask Katie on. That's why she should be here.
She
Katie?
should be here. Where
I
are
know.
you, Katie?
Yeah. Katie, we miss you.
Yes.
Honestly, yeah, we've been doing that for a while. Dale and Kathy Owens, they do it. They've been doing SSAR there in Winnemucca for quite some time now. Shoot, we've been doing that for, I don't know, Stetson is 9, so I bet you we've been doing that for 8 years now.
Oh, okay.
So we do all the practice cattle. So we put on the jackpots and all the practices.
And so, for anybody listening, if you don't know what SSIR is, it's the Silver State Invitational Rodeo.
Yep.
And it's for high school rodeo kids that didn't make nationals, right?
Yep.
But they're in is it for everybody below the top 15, or is it?
Yeah, from
the 15 under.
5th to like 15, yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so,
or whatever the states agree on.
so they get people from all over the United States coming
Yep,
to this rodeo here in Nevada. And
even Canada.
Even Canada.
Wow.
I didn't know
Even
Canada
Canada.
was included.
You know, I was announcing that rodeo one year. We actually had one contestant from Pennsylvania
Yeah.
Really?
show up. Yep,
Huh.
Cool.
it was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I
Mm-hmm.
always wondered how the ones from Hawaii come up here, right? Like, I don't know if they come for SSIR.
Do you think they come
but
on a boat or do you think they come on plane?
I don't know. How do they get here? How do
Well,
they get
I
here?
don't
That's what
know.
she's
I mean, it's a
asking.
big ocean.
Like, do they come with their horse or do they borrow a horse? How
She
does
was
this
hoping
work?
you interviewed him.
Yeah. Have you asked? I've always
actually-
wondered.
Actually, yes, I did ask one time at the high school finals one year when I was there. And they usually have people here they lease horses from, just like
Oh, okay.
Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. So Australians too. And well, Travis, I mean, take for Travis, for example, he had a couple of blokes that came from Australia for the World Series finale.
Oh, okay.
And they borrowed his horse and my horse, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they won a check and we got mount money from it. So it was great.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
awesome.
a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, those Australians, they come over and like you'll see them at pretty much at the national. You won't really see him at the SSAR event, but national finals, you'll see him there.
And then, so you've got the SSIR. What other are you doing Elko Fair this year?
We do. Yep.
Okay, so then you'll be doing the Elko Fair team roping, which even from like
And this year, guess what we're going to do?
what?
We're
Let's
incorporating
hear
a
it.
breakaway in that
We
as
are.
well.
We are
Yeah.
incorporating
Yeah.
breakaway with our barrel races this year.
Yep.
And I'm super excited about it
Yeah.
because I've been hassled for years
Yeah.
about it. Years, Chad.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You know,
People have been bullying
gonna be
me.
huge.
Once
Yeah.
again, Michelle, I got to tell you,
Yes.
my wife and Sadie actually got that rope and run going on.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I'm at. You know, like, they tell me where to be with
Yeah.
the cattle, and I'll be there. Like, I don't take entries. I
Yeah.
don't do any of that,
I
but I
guess I'm
haul
putting
it.
on breakaway
you know.
now.
Chatty Chad showing up.
Yeah, yep. Well, that's the job, you know? I mean, somebody's got to sit there and talk.
Yeah. Someone's got to be the face. No.
You know you're good at it, so might as well continue on.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
So you roped with Hadley or Stetson in the fair?
So I roped with both of them.
Oh, you roped with both of them.
Yep. No, actually, let me take that back. So one year I roped with Stetson. Last year I roped with Hadley.
Yeah, I
Yep.
loved watching it.
Uncle Travis roped with Stetson, I think, this last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Who won?
Well, I think Hadley and I made the short round. Stetson and Travis did not. And I'm pretty sure it was because Uncle Travis probably roped front legs or missed too
Yeah,
many.
it was Travis's
Oh, blame
fault.
it on
Clearly,
Travis.
it was
Blame it on
Travis.
Travis.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
The Elko Fair roping, if anybody's not been, it goes forever. I feel like
Oh.
it goes to like midnight, doesn't it?
It
Maybe
does.
longer.
Yeah, it does. You know,
It's an
it's
all-night
good.
deal.
It's a good rope, and you know, I mean, you get not only do you get, you don't just get the team ropers, you get the ranch ropers that come out. You know,
Yeah.
that you wouldn't. You know, a lot of people don't understand ranch ropers can still compete in the roping arena
Yeah.
just because they choose not to. I mean,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool. It's good to see everybody show up.
About your youth rodeo series.
So yeah, the the Ruby Mountain Junior Rodeo Association that we just started it last year. So we kind of piggybacked off of WGRA. We kind of stole their idea that my brother does. And I mean, honestly, WGRA has been around for a long time. I mean, my brother and I and my sister did it when we were young.
Can you
And
explain what it stands for?
Wrangler Junior Rodeo Association.
Oh, okay.
WGRA, yeah. And so it's been in Vegas for years. Like it's a huge deal, and I mean just getting people ready for high school rodeo because,
Yeah.
like I said, when we were young, we never had junior high rodeo. So junior rodeos were amazing to get us going, and so that's kind of where we're at here in Elko. We wanted to incorporate something. I mean, you got your gymkhanas that you do, and they're really good. They start out good too.
Yeah.
But we incorporated with the junior rodeo just more roping events
Yes.
for the kids as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the barrel race and everything else, and we'll have the roping stuff.
The more the better in the community.
Yo, it
I
is.
think
It's
so.
so good.
Yeah,
And
the kids busy.
just keeps them so busy, and
Gets 'em
like
out.
Sadie and Katie work so good on scheduling
Yeah.
to where
Yeah.
they're not on top of each other. Like we're on Tuesday nights, you're on Saturdays or Sundays.
Sundays, yeah.
Sundays. So, I mean, it's amazing for the parents because we're not having to spread so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, especially in today's age,
Yeah. So we moved the gymkhanas up this year. Our first one's going to be this coming Sunday. But we moved them up mostly
Holy
because
mother of Moses! Do
I
you know
know.
it's snowing outside
I
right
know,
now?
I know it's cold, but
She's a barrel racer.
I know,
She shows up for anything.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Everyone else should, she thinks.
But we moved them up mostly because you have that series.
Mm-hmm.
So my thoughts were like, hopefully people will be able to kind of get their horses in the arena and get them
Yeah.
warmed up
She's
and then
getting them prepared
transition
for
to
you guys.
yours. Because yeah.
No, I think it's good. I think what you do in the gymkhana world, your barrel racings have really kicked off, and it gives the younger kids to go and do stuff.
Yeah, they need
and
it.
then, because like what we got for the young kids are like dummies, they rub
Yeah.
dummies and stick horse barrels and things like that. Our juniors, they're roping, riding calves,
Yep.
team roping, goat tying goats and stuff like
They're
that.
doing
So
the real thing.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think with what you guys are doing and what we're doing, I think it's really going to build the community, and I think it's really good for the community to have
Yeah.
those deals.
I always say like building tomorrow's barrel racer, but like really building tomorrow's contestant
Yep.
is what it is.
Yep.
Because it has to start somewhere. And we've had like gaps, I feel like,
Yep.
in a lot of it. In like different generations, I noticed like kind of like my age group, there's not a lot.
No,
And so I think that was because maybe there weren't as many opportunities,
I think you're right, and I think rodeo is that way. Like you'll see it within not only just rodeo, but you'll see it in everything. Like skips generations. So like high school rodeo, you'll see really tough age groups coming up. But I think now with what Southern Nevada, what Northern Nevada is doing, I think they're building. I mean, it's huge. I mean, there's a lot of these northern kids going down south, and I mean, they're all still winning. But there's a lot of southern kids that are really good too.
Yeah.
And I think just keeping these young kids doing something, I think it's building the next generation of the rodeo cowboy.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. And so I'm excited that you guys have that going
Yeah,
on.
and it's all
because-
confidence
Yeah,
builder
it's so
the
much a
next.
confidence. And just having the opportunity to start somewhere is such a big thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember just as a kid, like I didn't really have a mentor or anything, but I didn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's good about the Junior Rodeo Series guys on the podcast? You got Michelle and Sadie. They're going to be holding goats throughout the whole Junior Rodeo Series.
Oh, you
no.
know we are.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I don't know. You probably don't want to pick me as a goat holder.
We could cause a train wreck or
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
But we'll give it a best shot.
Yeah, we'll try. Oh man.
Well, you
So-
got me stuck on this podcast, so you got to do something for me. And
All right,
I mean,
guys.
All right,
fine.
yeah.
holding goats is awesome.
Fine.
We'll
We got it
return
on
the favor.
recording. We signed up. I guess we're goat holders now.
It's a deal. We got
It's
to
a
shake
deal.
on it.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So what's it like? I know like around here there's not a ton of stock contractors, is there? So where are you getting your stock for, like the rough stock side of things?
Efren.
So Efren, we do. Efren does. So like the spring kickoff rodeo, Efren brings bulls to that
Yeah.
one. Also, within the high school rodeo deal that we've been, we do a lot of rodeos, like I said, throughout the state. We partner a lot with Bill Clark too. He's out of Idaho. Kimberly, Idaho, up there, Buell.
Oh, okay.
He comes down. He brings some stock. Efren brings them as well, but Charlie Gardner as well. He brings horses for all the bucking stock.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he had some, too.
So you got to bring the old NFR cowboy
Yes,
in.
yeah, surely he's got some
the
bucking
old bronc
horses,
riders
yeah.
teaching all these young kids how to do it.
Yeah.
And no, it's good. I mean, hell, doing these rodeos, you get so many of these older guys that's done it, been there. Mm-hmm. They're always willing to help and bring stuff. So.
Yeah. So that made it a little more feasible for you
Yep.
guys to start that junior rodeo
Yeah.
series.
So like our junior rodeo series, we only bring steers. So like Steele Productions bring all the cattle for that,
Oh, okay.
and then the Vols bring all the goats.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I mean, thankful for everybody who donates to it.
Yeah.
Last year everything got put back to the kids for the junior rodeo, so that was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't do broncs for the junior rodeos?
not in the junior rodeos.
Oh,
No.
okay. So it's
Nope.
just the steers.
So the high school rodeos, that's all we do is broncs.
Oh, okay. That makes it a lot more sense because you're putting it on a Tuesday,
Yep.
and that
Yep.
would be a lot of moving parts, right?
Yeah, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm the proud owner of a Jersey calf today. Do you want me to bring it?
Yeah, bring it on over.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be really slow.
Could be a bucker.
Might even
No.
stand there for the dummy roping.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got that. You do. So you've got your goats, your steers. You do the barrel racing, the pole bending.
Flag. Don't forget about the flag racing.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That must be your favorite.
That was
Novice here.
That was Stetson's favorite event. Him and old Trigger love flag racing.
Okay, and so that's where you run down to the barrel, put a flag in the bucket,
Stick it in there.
and then run on back.
Run on back. Go grab the other one. Run on back.
Yeah. Okay, he
Yep.
practices very often for that.
That sounds
huh?
like something Sadie would love to do.
I'd probably fall off. Stetson's sticky. I don't know if you've seen him run yet.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's really good.
So that poor little shit. I don't know, Michelle. I don't know if you ever seen him ride when he was young.
Not when he was little, just at the fair recently, yeah.
Well, he had little legs like I did when I was young. Never
You
did
still
have
have little legs?
I do. But he could not fit into his stirrups. So he rode without stirrups for a long time.
Wow.
He's like a
And-
tick up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, he ain't moving, and that horse is just bobbing in there.
Oh
I'm like,
my
holy cow.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this year when
He's
we
a
were down there
great
at
rider.
WGRA, Stetson would tell his grandpa and everybody
Yeah.
that I did not want him to win the flag racing because I didn't take Trigger. I'm like, no, Stetson, you've got to learn how to ride different horses.
Yeah.
You can't just ride Trigger all
But
the
Trigger
time.
wins.
Trigger, that's what he said. I'd be beating everybody on
smart
Trigger.
boy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won already.
Boy.
Yeah, yeah. I said it's not all about winning; it's
Yeah.
about learning.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Trigger won't be around forever. You're
Not
gonna
in
have
his
to
world,
figure it
Dad.
out.
It's about
Yeah.
winning.
Yep.
It's about winning today.
yep.
Oh man. So you've got your kids you're chasing around now. How many events are you hitting with them? Because I think you guys travel for that, don't
we
you?
do. We travel a lot. Between the ropings and events we take our kids, I think we don't have very many free weekends.
No.
You know?
No.
Katie tells me that no, I can't plan anything on the weekends. Can't go
Yeah.
drink beer with my buddies on the weekends.
that's out.
because it's out. We're traveling somewhere. You know. So
So, okay, so you go to the WGRAs, right? Didn't they win a saddle or something up in Idaho at some series?
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that called?
Stetson did?
Both Hadley and Stetson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Together?
Well,
The same time.
same time.
Deal.
Yep.
Aw.
Yep. And then yeah, so those little turds have won 4 saddles already.
Good for them.
They
Nice.
do good, yeah.
Yeah.
And so they both won some up there in Buell. You know, we did the high desert when they were little. You know, we started taking them when they were 3 and 4 years old up there. You know, they were small. You know,
Yeah.
but kind of how you got to start. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere. I mean, you don't want to have that learning curve when you're 9 or 10,
Yeah.
still trying to be competitive. You know, because
Yeah.
it's like wrestling. You know, wrestling. We got Stetson in wrestling, and wrestling and rodeo go hand in hand with roping or any rodeo event because it's all mental.
Yeah.
So you got to have that mental game, especially with roping.
It's the same with barrels. Like 99% of it, I feel like, is mental. You know?
Can't just give yourself a treat.
No, you can't just give yourself a treat, and you can't be afraid of running fast. Apparently, that's the key.
That's the key. Run
That's what you're
fast.
supposed to do.
Oh,
Run fast.
I'm like, no, too fast. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's how you lose.
Should have let it go.
yeah.
So the key is to keep all 3 standing at the end of the
All
day.
3 are standing, and you're not chickening out, running home. Turns out that's important.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see the mental game. So, with starting your kids so young, what kind of challenges did you run into, if any?
Challenges I ran into with my kids. My golly. I'm sure we all ran into them.
A few here and there.
Here and there, yeah. I mean, not listening to mom and dad's one.
That's a hard one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they go through the phase where they just want to lope everywhere? Or, yeah. I
Wanted
see that a lot
wanted
with
to
the gymkhanists.
yeah, always wanted to lope their horse on hard roads. Yeah, teach them to slow down.
Yeah.
That was tough. Hadley, not so much.
Hadley seems more like methodical to me. Like she thinks it through and is very like,
Hadley, for a young girl, is like an old soul.
I love her.
Yeah.
yes.
That's sweet.
Yes.
Stetson, I gotta say, Hadley takes. I'd love to take the credit, but she takes after her mom.
Yeah.
Stetson and I, we're balls to the walls. We're
Just
doing
sending
yes,
it.
yeah. We're
here for
yeah,
it.
we want to go as fast as we can.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But no, it's good, and that's what's. I mean, honestly, you guys want to talk about roping and rodeo? You've got to have a good partner when you're doing it. You've always got to have a good partner, especially because mom and dad always have to work. Especially growing up these kids. I mean, Katie. Hell, if she's not working, she's got horses held at 2:00. Kids get out of school at 2:30. We're on our horses at 3. So it's got to be a team effort. And I think that's what every parent, they've got to work at it that way and go from there.
Yeah. And those kids do practice a lot. How many times a week do you think you guys
So if the
in there?
weather's good and our arena's good, we ride almost every night. So we'll give our horses, especially when we get home from a rodeo, we'll give our horses Monday off, and then we're in the arena the next day. And if we're not in the arena, we're usually in the indoor barn roping the dummy, doing something like that. But what's so good is, like, my kids, I got to say, they want to do it.
Yeah.
So they want to be in the practice pen. Like Hadley, she's always like, well, we need to clean our stalls. We need to, you teach them at a young age to drive, to do it. And yeah, it's good. As a parent, that's kind of what we like.
Yeah. So
And I'm sure your daughters are the same way.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
They really
I don't know about mine yet.
Well, they're just little bees.
I'm like, I don't know.
Gotta
Henry
come-
likes cows. Oh, we got that.
Sheep riding's around the corner.
Yeah. Is that what
Yeah.
is that what I've got next? I thought about trying your dummy rope, or not dummy roping, but like the stick horse stuff
Yep.
this year. I don't know if he'll do it. He might just run off.
He'll do it.
That's all right. You got to run off horse every now and again.
Yeah,
I mean,
true,
sometimes
true.
they break the pattern.
Yeah,
it's
he
fine.
might. That's fine. Yeah, it'll be normal. He'll be
Yeah.
really well seasoned.
Tough
Yeah.
luck today,
Yeah.
no time.
That's right.
Let's talk about traveling with them. So, are you doing anything special when you are hauling your horses these long distances? Besides food,
Letting
water.
Hadley drive, probably.
Yeah, is Hadley driving? Are we starting there?
Hadley and Stetson both drive out at the ranch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Out
they're
there on
probably
the
so good
Memorial
at it.
rides.
Yeah.
They drive over there all the time. So, but no, it's good. And on the weekends, they drive from the house. They go feed their horses. But yeah, hell, what kid doesn't when they were 9, 10 years old? That's when
yeah.
you got to teach them. But when we take our horses, it's really no different than being out here on the ranch.
Yeah.
We just feed them, water them, and say, hey, get in the trailer, bud.
Yeah.
We're going.
We're
you know?
going. Got places to be.
You got a 5-hour trip, survive. I know it's a lot of people, they don't like it that way, but want to stop and water them. But I think it's all about how they are. But all my horses are ranch horses,
Yeah.
too. So they're used to being used a long time.
They're
Look at you.
babied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at out there at the ranch and you guys.
They have long days.
When you're up there on Elko Mountain gathering cows,
They're fine.
how many hours are
Yeah.
you till water?
Yeah, it's a long time. And honestly, it makes such a difference when we do go to the arena.
Yep.
Because the horse that I have right now, I've only done barrel work on.
Yep.
And she's a neurotic mess when she gets hauled,
Yep.
But then I've got old Scotty, who's had long days, and
Yeah.
he's like, this is fine.
Honestly, I that's what I miss, the most is about being in Alamo. Because, from down where we're from, raising cows and stuff, we're 7 miles each way to a fence line.
Yeah.
You're down there in the middle of a desert.
Yeah.
And you're riding all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you start out of the trailer, you just like the cows. They don't get water until you get to the watering hole.
Yeah.
Dirt ponds. So that's where good horses are made.
Yeah.
I agree.
It definitely changes their perspective.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, when you get them into the arena, they're like, "Oh my God, this is way easier."
20 seconds is
what?
all.
You're going to let me free and I get to go drink water?
What? You're gonna give me grain at the end of the
Yeah,
day?
I did good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why don't we talk about Alamo a little bit and kind of your ranching operation down there? So you just said it's quite a while between fences.
Yep.
So kind of bigger country, right?
It is. Yep. Wide open.
And is it less AUMs in that type of country? How's the feed down there?
So yeah, we got a lot of white sage down there. So we don't have a lot of grass. So honestly, when I first started dating Katie, we were graduated high school. I took her down there, and she's like, "What in the hell did these cows eat?"
Yeah.
Because she's used to up here in Elko. That she's used to lush green grass.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
There's
down there.
actually more protein where you live,
There
though.
is. Winter fat, yeah.
Yep.
White sage, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, but it's different. I mean, and I had to learn that when I moved up here. Like, I brought cows from down south up here. You know, those cows are used to that kind of feed, to up here on grass feed. And it takes a while when you're adjusting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my little Gelvies that I love,
Yep.
they die down there, right? Like the heavy milkers and stuff,
Yeah.
they probably would not make it.
They probably got to travel too far, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, so that's really interesting. And then how about like your watering situation? How far do they have to travel for water?
Well, it all depends. I mean, all depends on how lazy they are, how much they're wanting to go search for food. I mean,
Gotcha. So they might camp there.
Michelle might have a little bit better, like right there knowledge with me because, with Johnny and the cows that he's got, I mean, he's got a bunch of them cross cattle, and that's kind of what we got down there. I mean, you got to have something that's going to travel.
Yeah.
You can't have something that's going to be lazy, like a good old
Delphi.
fat red Angus cow, meadow
The pretty
muffin.
ones.
Yeah,
Don't
you
really
can't.
work out there.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, it's a desert operation,
Yeah.
And honestly, my grandpa Steve, and my dad, and his dad, my grandpa Tom, they've ranched out there for a long time. We're fifth generation ranchers down there.
Generation.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And all there in the same place?
Yep.
Have you? Yeah.
So my grandpa Steve, he kind of ran cows over there, kind of by Area 51, like I said, down there
Yeah.
in Tickaboo, Rachel area. But it was a whole different situation down there.
Is Area 51 the alien
Yes.
place?
Yes.
You got any alien stories?
Oh,
Let's really
man,
change it up.
There's
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
Honestly, no, I don't. I mean, sometimes my ears get a little bit bigger, but maybe that's from the nuclear stuff. I don't know.
Were you ever abducted?
No. No.
Let's get right to the point.
I truly, no, I've never seen anything down there. No.
Like all your life living out there.
No,
You
never
never have
have,
any weird
no.
stories.
I could say one, but it was my mom and dad's story. They were out hauling water one time, and we actually called it the alien water haul. But we were out in the middle of our desert, so we're a mountain range away from Area 51.
A long ways.
A long ways. And they told me we were young at this point in time, so they could have been pulling my leg. Hell if I know,
You still don't know.
Yeah, still don't know.
Mom, Dad.
Yeah, I have no idea. But they said it was just the weirdest thing. The whole valley lit up.
Yeah.
It was light.
I believe it already.
But truly, I couldn't tell you if it was honest. True
It
or
was
not.
the daytime though, and it got
It
brighter.
was nighttime.
Oh,
Oh.
It was nighttime.
these are the kind of stories I want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Aliens
I
or
don't believe in
government?
that kind of stuff, though.
Tell
but
me next time your mom and dad are in town. I want to talk to them.
I'll give you their number.
Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you.
We're gonna interview 'em. We need to know about these aliens.
I truly don't know. I mean, shoot, my grandma and grandpa, Steve and Glenda Metal, and they had the Area 51, that famous mailbox down there
Yeah.
forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I find a picture of this famous mailbox?
You bet your ass you can.
Okay.
So my grandparents actually sold the ranch, 5-6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so where'd they go after they sold it?
So my grandma actually passed away a while ago, or a couple years ago. My grandpa moved to Golden Valley, Arizona.
He's
So-
smart. He had
Yeah.
to go where it's warm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, he's
So do you get to see him now when you go to Arizona next week or the end of this week?
we get to see him quite a bit, yeah.
Oh, good.
Now that he's not at the ranch, he gets to come see the kids quite a bit.
Nice.
Goes from there. So growing up, grandma and grandpa, they lived from here to that motorhome over there. They were pretty close.
Yeah.
So Tony and I and Ray would always spend a lot of time over there, and it was good. My grandpa ended up passing away when we were 16,
Oh, okay.
just before we turned 16. But so my grandma's, they've been huge in our rodeo career. I mean, they
Yeah.
followed us all over. I remember, I think it was I can't remember if it was our first or second year in high school rodeo. We were getting ready to go to Ely. Ely used to always be the first high school rodeo of the year.
Oh, okay.
And my grandma broke her hip.
Oh.
Yeah. Feeding her dog.
Oh, dang it.
Yes. You guys were just
recover?
talking about dogs. Oh, yeah, she recovered. Yeah. But she didn't stay down very long.
Yeah.
Good for her. She's
yeah.
tough, huh?
Yeah, and she rode horses all the way up into her 60s, and yeah, it was good. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am today probably without my grandma and grandpa and mom and dad. They're in Alamo.
Sounds like a great support system to get you
huge.
going, right?
I mean,
Especially to be on the road
yeah,
that much.
Tony and Ray and I, honestly in Alamo, there's not a whole lot to do
Yeah.
besides.
There's only the gas station and the or the grocery store and the gas station, right?
Couple of them, yeah. We got the one in Hyco and the one there in Alamo.
Yeah.
Small ranching farming community right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far are you from like a bigger town?
So Las Vegas,
Vegas.
we're 99
Vegas is the
miles
next one?
away.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then Utah is about, St. George is probably an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not
okay.
too far.
It's hot country there.
Yep. I do got to say, I do like it up here a little bit more in the
Yeah.
summers than
At
down
least in
there.
the summertime.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
not right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a family roping at my arena.
Okay.
Katie, Chad, Sadie, me. Kaylee and Austin can't come.
You know, the thing of it is,
'Cause-
you guys need to get Katie
They'll
on this
laugh.
podcast.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting her.
Yeah. Get her on here.
Do I keep bullying her?
I would.
Okay, I could do that.
I think we can get her to say
Casey
yes.
would be fun too.
She acts like she's shy, but once you get to talking to her, she's
No,
not.
And Katie's cool. She's
Yeah.
done stuff like her whole life, you know?
And she has a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
She could
And
tell
she
you
got
a
hit
lot
in
of
the face.
stupid stories about me. I know. That was a weird deal.
Twice, right? Didn't it happen twice?
No, the
Something
one,
got her?
the bull story. Yeah, so that one there, that is a good story. I should tell you guys.
Okay.
So that one there is like,
Yeah, tell us.
I just barely got into real estate on this, and like I leased cow. You know, we got some ground there, and I got some cows down there, and we had a bull get in the neighbor's pasture. You know, and you know most people don't like their my Coriani bulls on their beef cows. So you know, so Katie and I, we go down there and we go get it. You know, this bull, he's lame, got a bad hind leg. You know, he's hopping along. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty nonchalant. Told Katie, I says, hey, hon, can you go get the hot shot? You know, let's get him moving. So she did. She goes down there, blah, blah, blah. She's on the colt, too, at this point in time. You know, I put her on the young one. And here we get that sucker up to the trailer, and little bugger, you know, he acts like he's going in. And so I'm over on trailer side gate, and she's on the trailer. Acts like he's going in. We're about to have the neighbor's 100 head of cows come out of the field.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm going to go get the gate, stuffed in cows. I'm like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
thinking he's going in. Well, she stepped around that gate. That sucker mowed her down. Like, and so it's one of those things where I'm going this way, she's going that way, and it did. Got her right in the cheek. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one needs a ranch rodeo when there's
Yeah.
real ranch rodeos.
Yeah. On the
Poor
ranch.
Katie.
I mean, if you guys want to see a shit show, come out to our place. I mean,
I don't
I
believe it.
usually set one up pretty good for us.
Yeah. I just remember she had that big. Did she have to have stitches?
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
had probably 100 different stitches inside there from the inside out.
I swear she had something
That's why
else.
she likes to be a gate opener now.
Yeah,
She's
she's
happy
like, I'll
about
just
it.
be here.
Well,
she keeps having other things. She broke
The
her
one
leg.
time, down there, she was doctoring heifers with Travis and Matt Morrison. Mm-hmm. And she went to go heel one. Horse was bucking. She stepped off perfectly fine. When she stepped off, she landed wrong on her ankle and broke her ankle.
Oh my gosh.
Shattered that sucker. She had 27 screws in that thing.
Yeah. No one
27?
believed her.
Yep.
Yeah. No one believed her because she was
Yep.
all chill. She's like, I just broke my ankle.
I'm
They're
over there
like,
shoeing horses at Pizzetti's, and
Oh my
they call
gosh,
me.
Poor Katie.
Travis calls me, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't believe you. Let me talk to my wife, you know, and yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, no, it's broke.
27. So does she have any problem with it today?
Oh, just like Sadie's femur when the weather gets bad, you know. Just kind of like my fingers, you know.
She
When,
gets a little bit of a limp too.
whenever there's,
Yeah.
I got no tips, so it's pretty bad.
What'd you do to your
wait,
fingers?
what? You've cut your fingers off roping?
No.
Wait a minute.
Not roping. No, hang machinery.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, you just, you know, remember, don't stick your hands where they don't belong. Mm-hmm. It's a valuable lesson.
I've noticed you guys started a bunch of kids. Like a lot of them, you got them started roping. Whether it was at the practices that you guys do all winter, or there was a few kids you had even come to your house to get them kind of started.
Yeah.
So
We do. You know, honestly, thank you for bringing that up because practices throughout the winter, they're
Yeah.
amazing. And we also want to thank Spring Creek Horsepower, the association, for
Yeah.
allowing that to happen
Yeah.
because there's so many people, you know, like there's another kid that was there. I don't really want to put his name out there, but he started roping this year, you know, and that kid come along so well. You know, he started some lessons earlier and came to the winter practices, and won his first check. They're our winter series this year, and I mean, it's
so
amazing.
cool.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. You know, it's just it's amazing when you get to see that smile not only on the kids' face, but the parents. You know, because some of these parents never rode before in their life. They've never rode.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see stuff
It's a
like
passion found.
Yes. And so I know that you guys also have like, you've had people that you put to work, like if they're not ready to ride or not ready to rope, like they could work the bucking, or not the bucking chutes, the roping
Strip and
chutes.
chutes,
Yeah, they could work those. They could push things up, like
Just learning it all.
put people in there and find a place for them, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of things we do. You know, a lot of people want to be involved. You know, there's a couple kids. You know, and honestly, that's how Brennan and Wyatt started. You know, my cousins. You know, Hoopers. They started that way. You know, Brennan was young, dumb, and willing to learn, and like he's always known how to ride.
Yeah.
But you know, like him and Steven and Wyatt, they come worked all the ropings that one summer, and they're like, man, we want to rope. So then they started team roping, you know, and they like it. You know, it's cool because team roping, it's just like barrel racing. It's something you can do
Your whole life.
your whole life.
Yeah.
You know, you're never gonna get. I mean, hopefully you got the right partner, horse underneath you. You're never gonna get hurt or anything like that. But yeah, it's something you can do forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can always be roping the dummy when it's snowing outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't age out of it. Like there is no age, top age.
You know.
Yeah, Chad can enter the like senior branding soon in the fair.
Yeah. Honestly, you know, my best story about roping, and I'll remember this to this day. Like, I've only been to Oklahoma finals one time. Bill Hudman was his name. I roped with him. He was like on the back of a horse. You would never know he was lamed out, but he was an old bricklayer back in the day.
Oh.
This guy, like, he'd get off his horse. I mean, his knees were buckled. He was old. He was 70-something years old. But back in 2009, you know, when I was graduating college, you know, I was lucky enough to rope with Bill, and we ended up winning about $40,000 over there in Oklahoma. Dang. It was great, you know, and he's from there in New Mexico. It was so that's what's so cool about team roping. Like, you can do it even though your lower extremities are, you know, and I've known a lot of guys that are, you know, cannot move their legs, you know, and I've seen it at the actor finals, you know, with backboards on their, you know, braces on their saddle, you know, on their cantle, and they're still roping, still healing. You know, it's just amazing how roping, well, horses in general. I mean,
It's pretty inclusive, right?
Yep.
And you can do it with your family because of that, you know? So
Thank you for coming.
thank you so much for coming, and
bet.
we appreciate you. If anybody needs any information on the team ropings here locally, you can go to Steele Productions where they have all the information.
Get a hold of Katie.
Get a hold of Katie. Also, Chad is a real estate agent now.
Yeah.
And so if you are looking for a home here, he's very knowledgeable as far as anything like rural, especially, but in town too. He can do a little bit of everything. But
Not only a real estate agent, a TikToker.
yeah.
We do like doing some TikToks in Presidio, Real West. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We're raising the bar, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
It's really high.
So he's doing that. So if you if you're looking for a realtor, this is the guy.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for coming,
Thank
Chad.
you.
We appreciate
Thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.